And you'll be real surprised when you'll see our check from both schools when we get through with this thing. We've had some people that's worked hard and long hours, a lot of real people of everything that everybody's done for us. But this time we'll go ahead and we're going to move fast tonight because we have a lot to do and also the auction. But this time I'm going to call on Coach Mitch Ponko.
Now, there is a story I'd like to tell, and I'm sure my Eunice High people are kind of getting tired of it, but I'm going to say it anyway for our Blue Jay friends across town. When I go to my meetings at the principal meetings in Opelousas, there's always, talk about different schools and stuff like that. One day I showed up, I was late, and they were like, "Where were you?" I said, "Well, I was at, St. Ed's, our band, it was their homecoming, our band went over there. We played for them, we played their alma mater and stuff like that." And they were like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, we go over there, we help them out, we play songs for them, and they enjoy it and stuff." And they're like, "You go to St. Ed's?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's the big deal? We don't do that." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "That's unheard of." And you don't realize how special this community is because actually in Opelousas, that is unheard of. There's no community spirit as far as the schools at all in Opelousas. They were dumbfounded. They couldn't believe it. And I'm like, yeah, our kids grow up together, they play together, they grow up through the baseball leagues, football, and everything. I said, we get along, and I think what we're doing Thursday night is going to set an example for not just the whole parish, but I think for the whole state. We're proud of Eunice High. We got 2 years in a row on the U.S. News and World Report as one of the best high schools in the nation. You can look it up, it's good. Our numbers are up. We started a little slow, but our numbers are kind of steady and rising a little bit. We're around 640, 650 right now. We still have kids coming through the doors, so we're excited about that. We're in a new district this year. Coach Trost, I think, is going to talk about it a little bit. But I just want to thank everybody for coming. And like I said, it's a long time coming, and it's good to see the little blue and green mixed in together. So thank you a lot.
Sister Joel Miller, our principal, had to attend a funeral, and the assistant principal, James Wallet, is sick, so that's why our administration is not here tonight. I'd like to call on Coach Davi to give a report.
Hey, report, things are going well. I hear everything's going great with the fundraising for the deal. I think Tony, when he came to me, 2 years ago, is that right? With the idea, he was pushing it, and really wanted to go forward with it. Told him, we were fine, because I was trying to drive in Opelousas back on a Thursday night at midnight or later. So it was a great idea to me. I think the community support to this deal has been awesome. I think Tony's even been kind of impressed by it, as far as people getting behind it, really pushing it. And I think the funds that have been raised go a long way towards setting this thing up for not just this year, but a long run into the future. I think the community of Eunice is going to be the big benefactor from this. When you bring people to the event that's been this well organized and this well put together, they're going to want to come back. And it's going to be an issue where there's going to be more and more schools that hear about it and want to try to get in on it, which is a great situation for the town of Eunice, because you have people coming in from out of town and seeing how this thing's run and getting an idea of what it should look like. That's about us. Anything else? All good? I'm good.
So, at this time, I'll go ahead and call on Coach Trost.
Better get a Snickers, because he's going to be a while.
Thank you, Joe. Number one cameraman. A couple years ago, Kyle Desatel came to me with the idea, and I know he had talked to some people, and I think Tony was one, and about this plan. And I said, well, Kyle, it sounds good, but we can't get out of what we have. So I knew the school board would not be happy. So came back another year, and anyway, we figured out a way, to make a long story short. And then this thing has blown up since that time. Unbelievable. I'm impressed. The committee that we have working this thing is fantastic. And I'm not going to name them all, just know that the committee that's doing it, I know you know who they are. These guys are doing a super job. the finances are just out of this world. I never would have thought it'd be possible to raise, and we haven't even stepped on the field yet. And we had a meeting last night, and they were talking about, well, let's just give money split down the middle to the schools. And I think, you know, we've had some good gates at Eunice. This is going to top the biggest gate we've ever had. 97 to 98, we had $20,000 gates in the semifinals. And I think this is going to be bigger than that, which is unbelievable. So I'm excited about it. And I know it's a great thing to honor Coach Nagata if we make no money. Because, you know, I go to clinics every year and we try to improve them. Many times you hear when you go to clinics, the impact that coaches have on young people. And the coach from Monroe was talking this year. And he was saying, you know, coaches have an impact on young people. Well, this is proof. Coach Nagata reached both schools, both sides. Because as young people, it didn't matter what jersey they were wearing. It's the same, they were playing football. But they were playing for a man who pushed them. So it was great to honor him. Well deserved. And so I'm glad we pulled it off. And I think we need to keep doing. We need to do this more often. This is good. Thanks for coming tonight. We appreciate it. I have some coaches here. I don't want to leave anybody out. I see Coach Collins, Coach Smith, Mr. Coach Joe Brown, Dale Bury, Andre BJ and Chad Underpaw. I know John McElmore is somewhere. He always hides. He's over there. He doesn't like to be around us. Anyway, thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock at Eunice High Field, the field will be painted, so possibly some of the Blue Jay crew can go to Eunice High Field and help paint the field and also set up some tents. Clark, where's Clark?
All right, as far as the Blue Jays go, we're working to survive at this point. We've survived the mono scare this week. We got one with mono, we got two with feet issues. We should hopefully be as close to healthy as we'll get. We played Fort Barry, 3A school, y'all familiar with, and Eunice High people y'all played in the last few years. We get a taste of them this year. Got some pretty good athletes, decent size. Right now we're trying to get better. We look like we're up to about five running back bodies now and about 38 water boilers. So we're going to be all right. We're trying to run as much as we can. Our goal is to try to see if we can't get about to half a game. We shoot for about 60 snaps in half a game. If we get that, then we'll get tired. We score some touchdowns.
Have your kids been silly this week?
Sir?
Have your kids been silly this week?
My kids? No, they don't have time. We run them. We don't have time. We just start out running. We'll wait for them to get started. We still up running. Every day's a track meet for us.
I guess that's my signal. All right. Look around you. Everybody, clap for yourself. Y'all did a great job. Hey, this has been something very, very special. I've been saying this all along. It's been a joy beyond description to be able to meet with as many people and pull together an event that really started coming together about 6 or 8 months ago. It's been a long road. We hit a few bumps in the road, but hey, thanks to Coach Tross, he came up with a great idea to be able to field a team on Thursday night and save face with the school board on Friday night. So kudos to Coach, because if it wouldn't have been for his efforts to be able to put a team on the field, this thing probably would not have happened. So, Coach, thank you so much for putting that forward. As you know, Eunice High will be playing first at 6:30. We have a jughead tent. We affectionately call it that, simply because it's Coach Joe's old jugheads that are going to be showing up. The tent will be set up where, Roger?
In the concession stand, by the flagpole.
Okay, by the flagpole, where the old bandstand, the old marching bandstands were. We're asking, how many in here are old athletes? Raise your hands. Play for Coach. Eunice High and St. Put your hands up. All right, your job between now and Thursday is to get the word out to as many as you can that are locally here. Invite them. We have an open invitation to every athlete that played at Eunice High and St. Ed's that was coached by Coach Nagata. We're going to introduce y'all in between the Eunice High and the St. Ed's game, and from that point, it's not going to be individual recognition, but we're going to line you up on the field when we have the Joe Nagata family come up. And we want y'all to be a part of this event. This is about unity. This is about co-spirit. This is about a house united. And I told Mitch at the last Booster Club meeting I came last week, that banner up there that's hanging up next to the American flag, that will be 50 years old next year. It's 50 years we have a co-spirit agreement between the two schools. That was put together by Coach Nagata and Coach Marion Frugier and Mrs. C.A. Randall and Sister Mary Barbara. They came together and they said, look, we want to do something special. And it's been alive ever since. Everything we generate off of this goes to the two booster clubs. I can't think of a better way to do it. And at the same time, we're honoring an individual who meant so much to everybody, both Eunice High and St. Ed's. So with that, we're going to serve dinner first and then do the auction, or we do the auction first? Auction first. Okay. Debbie, you want to come up and say a few words? Huh?
I don't have the ability to speak like my father did. But I know he would want me to say,
We gonna win!
But to thank everybody that's here tonight, everybody that has helped with this from the very beginning. We're so proud that this is happening in honor of our father. And he would be very humbled by this tonight and Thursday night. So thank you all for coming and thank you for honoring my dad.
We're gonna need the introduction to our auctioneer. Right now, I'd like to call. Oh wait, I have one more recognition I need. All the pictures you see up here of Coach Nagata and some of his football players. David Schatz will put all that stuff together for us for the auction tonight. Where's David? David? Where you at? Oh, there you go. Raise your hand. Thanks to David, we were able to put about 8 or 9 really nice pictures together in remembrance of Coach Joe, and they're going to all be auctioned off tonight. So thanks, David. We really appreciate your help on that.
About an idea that obviously right off the bat I knew was a really, really good idea. My honor Coach Nagata, who I was fortunate enough to play under, fortunate enough to walk those long stairs up St. Albert's Hall, set it off, sometimes not for good, but we just feel as a committee that we wanted to, Thursday night will be about the unity between St. Edmund's and Eunice High School, honoring the Nagata family and his legacy. But tonight I think we need to give a big thanks to a person that had a dream, had an idea, and like he said, had road bumps involved, and between the committee that we put together and all the hard work, it came to pass. So as a committee, we want to honor tonight. We're going to give Tony a plaque for his hard work. I promise you, nobody put more hours into him, and I think we need to give him a big round of applause for his effort.
Coach Dave, y'all should have this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, Florida, Mayor of Eunice, Louisiana, hereby proclaim Thursday, August 29, 2013 as Joe Nagata Day in the city of Eunice, Louisiana.
Before sitting back down and getting ready to eat, just a couple of words I wanted to say, both as a city councilman and just as a very old ex-football player. As a city councilman, I think this event typifies more than anything else the unity that we have always had in this community that makes Eunice a unique place. There's no other like it. As an old ex-football player, was I played 10 miles west up the road at Lazio Bobcats. That's what I was waiting to hear. I said, if I hadn't heard it. But when we switched my sophomore year from 6-man football to 11-man football, the Eunice High coaching staff came over and showed us how to line up defensive stances and so on. Did a good job, by the way. We went on and had some pretty good 11-man season shortly thereafter. But Joe Nagata was one of the assistants that came with Coach Mapus to do that. And that would have been in about 1954, a few years ago. Shortly thereafter, a few years, when I came back to Eunice and was fortunate enough to be elected to the school board, at the time when Eunice High School was desegregated, and Joe Nagata was the coach, I'm going to tell you from personal knowledge that nobody will ever know all of the right and good things that Joe Nagata did to make that situation smooth and right. He was the man. But if you know a little bit about Joe's history, it shouldn't surprise you. Because in World War II, he was a non-com in the Nice Brigade, which was the most decorated unit on the battlefield for the American Army in World War II. And Joe was awarded the Combat Infantryman's Badge, which there is no higher award for an American fighting man than that. So that's the kind of man he was. And you know, he left to go into the service after serving as a blocking back at LSU, a bowl winning team for a guy named Steve Van Buren, who went on to be a Hall of Famer and led the Philadelphia Eagles to 2 National Football League championships. So the point is, this was a man who played at the highest level on the football field, performed at the highest level on the battlefield, and then came back home and brought all those qualities for the benefit of both schools in this community. Thank you.
Okay, what's next? We're going to eat, okay? We want to remind you again, please, talk it up Thursday night, Eunice High Stadium. Eunice High takes on D-Red at 6:30. I want to see some old football players there. We're going to have a tent set up just for y'all. Get the word out. We want to fill the stands 2 to 3 times over. Okay? God bless you all for coming. Thank you so much. This was a tremendous success. Give yourselves a big hand.
K-E